Good morning and salutations, everyone. We got Wolf here saying good morning with us. Say good morning, Wolf. Meow meow. Is it meow? Let me see you, huh? That's pretty cool. You wanna go now? Okay, go ahead. Got some God calling for everyone. My hair's all falling out everywhere. Tuck that bad boy back in there. Alright. Today's the 28th. Glad surprises. Our Lord, we know that all is well. We trust thee for all. We love thee increasingly. We bow to thy will. Bow not as one who is resigned to some heavy blow about to fall or to the acceptance of some inevitable decision. Bow as a child bows, in anticipation of a glad surprise being prepared for it by one who loves it. Bow in such a way, just waiting to hear the loving words to raise your head and see the glory and joy and wonder of your surprise. A daily stoic. We are made for each other. You'll more quickly find an earthly thing kept from the earth than you will a person cut off from other human beings. Marcus Aurelius. You will more quickly find an earthly thing kept from the earth than you will a person cut from other human beings. Where do we find gems and rubies? We find them more commonly not in the earth, but in jewelry. But humans we find among humans all the time. Naturally, Marcus Aurelius and the rest of the Stoics were not familiar with the Newtonian physics, but they knew that what went up must come down. That's the analogy he's using here. Our mutual interdependence with our fellow human beings is stronger than the law of gravity. Philosophy attracts introverts. The study of human nature can make you aware of other people's faults and can breed contempt for others. So do struggle and difficulties. They isolate us from the world. But none of that changes that we are, as Aristotle put it, social animals. We need each other. We must be there for each other. We must take care of each other and to allow others to care for us in return. To pretend otherwise is to violate our nature, to be more or less than what it means to be a human being. A constellation for the day is Eridanus. It's the river Eridanus. It's in the southern hemisphere near Orion. Approximate position is RA 1.5H to 5H, 0 degrees to negative 58 degrees. The area is 1,138 square degrees. The brightest star is Achernar at the river's end, down here. It's a blue giant with a magnitude of 0.5. There are 79 visible stars. Phaeton, son of the sun god Apollo, fell into the river Eridanus and drowned when he lost control of the horses pulling his father's sun chariot across the sky. The Romans associated this constellation with the river Po, the Egyptians with the river Nile, the Chinese with the Honghu or the Yellow River. The Eridanus has also been identified as the river with Hercules, diverted to clean the Agnes stables, one of his 12 labors. The special features of this constellation are that the star Epsilon Eridani is one of the nearest, at 10.7 light years. The Star Trek chronicles inform us that Vulcan, the home planet of Mr. Spock, orbits this star. Because the triple star Omicron 2 Eridani Keed is also pretty close, a small telescope can resolve the components B and C, a white and a red dwarf. Galaxy NGC 1300 in Uranus is a beautiful spiral example with prominent and rather open arms. That's pretty cool. Now when somebody says Denial is a river in Egypt, you can say, yeah, well, Denial is also a river in the stars, as above, so below. What we got going, yo? Been sick for a few days, but I've been getting much more energies. I'll put these cards, organize this stuff again. Do some informative stuffs. How's that? This morning, instead of some tarot cards or oracle cards, we're gonna do some more informative things. Like, do or die. This card, this plant right here, is a baneberry. Bugbane, toadroot, or herb Christopher. A perennial with erect, slightly branched stems, 1 to 3 feet tall. The footstalks of the leaves rise from the root and divide into 3 smaller footstalks. Each leaf is composed of 18 to 27 leaflets. The flower stem also comes from the roots. The white flowers grow in spikes, and it's got a bitter, glossy red or white berries with several seeds, or oval, attached to the stem by short, thick, off-center stalks. The whole plant is dark green without hair, and it's found throughout the U.S. in moist woods. It's medicinal and toxic. Internally, the root functions as an anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, and a sedative, and used nearly the same as black cohosh, but with lower doses. A liniment is used for swollen, painful sprains and contusions, and the berries, but don't eat the berries, they're quite toxic. So it's medicinal, but it's also toxic. What you can do with it, and what you can die. You'll die eating the berries, but you can use the roots and the liniment for medical purposes. Trees, we have trees. If I can open it. Oh, and it's wrapped again. Of course it would be. Oh, but that was easy. Put my finger down it. Not even gonna shuffle these. We're just gonna go from the front. We got the Ace of Hearts. It's the Tupulu or black gum tree in its fall colors. It reaches about 40 to 60 feet. Tupelo, black gum tree. It is fall, so it'll be the right color choice, right? Fall colors. Fall colors. Fall colors. And wild cards. Edible wild foods. Can't open these. Not without taking off the keychain. Our first wildflower is a yarrow. It is found in most of North America and United States and Canada. Very common plant. Yarrow. Its alias is a thousand leaf, Achilles heel, chipmunk's tail, or wonderwort. Warning, not a bulk food. They use sparingly for medicinal purposes. Too much can result in kidney or bladder irritation. What is edible? The stems, the leaves, and the flowers. Characteristics: it reaches a height of about 16 inches or more. It's got an astringent smell. It's an umbrella-like group of white or red flowers. And the western variety is light green or woolly. Warning, always crush and sniff for characteristic astringent smell, which distinguishes this plant from dangerously poisonous lookalikes. You can use it for an antiseptic, a tonic, a purifier. 1 cup tea has stimulant qualities of several cups of coffee. You can drink yarrow tea, and it's like drinking like 5 cups of coffee. The stems you can roast for a crispy stimulant or dry for a tea. The leaves and flowers you can steep raw or dry for a tea, and hence 1 cup of yarrow tea usually is sufficient as a stimulant. So even for those folks out there who may have had a bad drug addiction to a stimulant, try some yarrow tea. It's all natural, not man-made. I'm all about going all natural. My doctor tried to tell me, he says, okay, we're going to put you on some medication for your medical things. And I said, how about, isn't there any natural ways? And he said, well, I don't really believe in those. And I said, well, I don't really believe in pharmaceuticals. So can we compromise? He said, well, if you live a healthy life and diet and not so much stress, you can probably manage. Probably? No, I'm gonna. If anybody tells you you can't, know that you can. Whether you're an American and a Canadian, a Mexican, it doesn't matter. You can. You are a human being. My grandma. I'm gonna go visit my grandma next weekend, hopefully. Woo! I'm so excited! Anyway, when it always asks your race or your ethnicity on those little medical doctor notes and stuff, she always writes in human race. As we are. We're all part of the human race. Just because somebody colored me with a white crayon, somebody colored my son with a peach crayon, whatever. I just decided to color with crayons. I wish somebody would have colored me with a fucking rainbow crayon, man. That's why I like rainbows. Because I'm all about being happy and remembering the promise that we are loved and we are cherished. So you remember that too. You are loved. You are cherished. I hope you all have a wonderful day. It was a short stream today. Not much time. I got to babysit. And clean my house. Finish cleaning it. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday. I'm really proud of. But I'm going to finish cleaning up today and try to get myself back on a schedule. I think that's what you guys really like, is when I'm on a schedule and you guys can see next when I'm streaming. So I'm going to get that all set up today. And yeah. Peace be with you all.